This Skills Lab orientation is for students who are just beginning here in the nursing program at John Tyler. The Skills Lab is a really big part of your education. It's a place to learn and practice skills, but we also use lab time for simulation, and you'll learn more about simulation in a few weeks. Regardless of what activities are scheduled, professional behavior is expected at all times. The school dress code will be enforced in lab, and that means that your hair must be up off the collar, and the amount and type of jewelry that you wear is limited. You can wear a single pair of stud earrings only, a wedding band, and a nursing watch. Visible tattoos are not allowed, so you must cover them when wearing your uniform. Our dress code is listed in the Nursing Student Handbook, and it is consistent with the expectations of our clinical partners. Lab is a practice environment, and in order to practice, you need to adequately prepare for any of the things we're going to be covering while in lab. Please come after completing the readings and reviewing the appropriate content, such as the skills videos. Remember that you should always plan on bringing your skills bag to NUR 111 lab and whatever types of implements you may need for 226, such as your stethoscope. Always bring your skills bag to 111 unless you've been told by the faculty that you do not need it. Being on time is really important in nursing, so we encourage you to arrive early enough that you are able to look at the rotation schedules posted on the lab doors. In addition to posting the schedules on the lab doors, we also post them at the back of the main hallway when you enter the building. It's important to know that the lab rotation schedules may change day by day, and you must know your section number and look to make sure that you are following the correct sequence. Sometimes students are separated alphabetically, and don't always assume that you're going to start in the same room at the same time. It's different almost every single day. For Nursing 226, you will attend lab with the same nursing faculty on a weekly basis. It's also expected that when there is a break that you return on time. It's very disruptive to fellow students and the instructor to enter the room after lab has resumed. Returning to a lab session late is considered the same as being tardy. Lab attendance and participation is essential in preparing for our hospital clinical rotations. No more than 8 hours of lab can be missed for NUR 111, and no more than 6 hours for NUR 226. It's the student's responsibility to sign the attendance sheet for each lab session. Failure to sign in will result in the student being recorded as absent. In Nursing 111, there will be a sign-in sheet in each rotation. In Nursing 226, your lab faculty will take attendance. There is no scheduled makeups in lab, so please make every effort to attend. And if you do need to be absent, it is your responsibility to obtain information that you miss by contacting your fellow students. Many skills and concepts that are reviewed in lab will require that you practice. The faculty is available to help you during their scheduled office hours or by appointment for individual assistance as needed. The faculty may also provide supervised open labs prior to checkoffs so that you have the opportunity for additional practice. The dates and times of these proctored open labs will be posted on Blackboard. However, proctored labs are not guaranteed and are dependent on faculty availability. Students should therefore take advantage of practice time within scheduled lab and seek assistance from faculty when needed. It's really important that if you have a question, that you let the faculty know that you don't understand so that information can be clarified for you. Unsupervised lab may also be available during the semester and may be proctored by our work study students when we have them. Look for these lab dates and times. Students who use the lab for practice are expected to maintain the same behavior required when you're in a supervised lab. A sign-in sheet for each unsupervised lab will be provided and all students must sign in. Students who fail to adhere to the policies of the lab will not be allowed to utilize the lab except during scheduled class times. It's very important that we keep the lab clean and tidy and that we follow the same general rules that we would find in the hospital setting. No food or drinks are allowed. No ink pens, and this is really important because anytime we mark one of our mannequins or piece of equipment with ink, it's almost impossible to remove. So in the lab, you need to bring pencils only. Students are also not allowed to move the mannequins except when the faculty asks you to do so and are there to supervise and assist you. If you're using the hospital beds, you need to return them to the flat, low position at the end of practice. And if the linens have become soiled, then you need to go ahead and change them at the end of your lab. You should also return the chairs and tables and any equipment to their original position in the rooms. And it's very important that you report all broken or malfunctioning equipment as soon as you discover it so that we can get these things fixed for you as soon as possible. The skills you'll be learning in lab are essential information for you to perform nursing practice safely. It is extremely important that you stay on task, you practice as much as you can, and take advantage of having the faculty available to you to help you if you're unsure or unclear on how to do something. Remember also that the Skills Lab is your practice place and the faculty are there to facilitate your learning in any way that we can. Never be afraid to approach the faculty for help.